From spit showers to helmet swinging showdowns that make a circus act jealous, these jaw-dropping moments will leave you wondering if the football field is secretly a reality TV set. Let's look at the most inappropriate NFL moments of all time, and these are not black and white. I'll start with the time one NFL player literally spat on his own teammate. So in this game, the Cardinals were in a real nail-biter against the Jets, trailing 7-6 and the clock ticking down. The Jets had the ball, aiming to just run out the time. But hold on to your seats because the Cardinals defense huddled up and cooked up a wild plan. They were like, hey, let's let the Jets score a touchdown and make it 14-6, that way we'll still have a shot at tying it up again. Now here comes the twist. Darnell Dockett, that cool Arizona defensive end, was having none of it. He raised his hand, shook his head, and said, uh-oh, no way. A friendly disagreement turned into a full-on debate between Darnell and Kerry Rhodes, the safety guy. But wait, it gets crazier. Dockett wasn't playing around. Reportedly, he took the whole debate to the next level and ended it in a way nobody saw coming. He, wait for it, spit. Yep, you heard that right. He gave his own teammate, Rhodes, a full-on spit shower. Now the tale doesn't end there. Pro Football Talk said that the team gave Dockett a little slap on the wrist for his unexpected saliva show, and guess what? Both Dockett and Rhodes decided to let bygones be bygones and moved on from the incident. Phew. But let's be real, folks, that was a next level kind of disrespect. And this was really rare because usually the hatred is for opponents. Like the time Myles Garrett hit a quarterback with his own helmet. Flashback to 2019, the NFL suspended Myles Garrett, the defensive end for the Cleveland Browns, with the dreaded indefinitely label. Why? Well, hold on to your helmets because this one's a doozy. In a heated showdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Garrett took matters into his own hands. Literally. He ripped off the helmet of Mason Rudolph, the Steelers quarterback, and then swung it like a wild battering ram right at Rudolph's noggin. The NFL didn't take this wild swing lightly. They laid down the law and listed all the rule violations Garrett racked up in one epic helmet swinging move: unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct, fighting like it's a backyard brawl, yanking off an opponent's helmet like it's a magic trick, and topping it off with using said helmet as a weapon. Quite the impressive list, huh? And it wasn't just Garrett's helmet swinging shenanigans that had everyone's jaw dropping. Nope, there was more players joining the party in the Let's Break the Rules club. First up, we have Marcus Pouncey, the center for the Steelers. He had decided to give Garrett a taste of his own medicine. Literally, after that helmet headbutt debacle, Pouncey unleashed his inner karate master, delivering a punch and some well-placed kicks to Garrett. The NFL wasn't having any of it and slapped Pouncey with a 3-game suspension. Ouch, that's a long time out. But wait, there's more. Larry Ogunjobi from the Browns wasn't about to be left out of the chaos. He decided it was the perfect time to blindside the Steelers quarterback Rudolph with a hit that came right out of a movie stunt scene. The league didn't let this slide either and gave Ogunjobi a 1-game ban. Now let's talk about those fines. The NFL wasn't playing games when it came to the players' wallets. They gave all 3 of these rule breakers a little monetary reminder of their actions. Unfortunately, the exact dollar amounts were hush-hush, but you can bet it left a dent. You know what else would make a dent? You subscribing to the channel for some of the wildest NFL content. Back to the players' fines. The party didn't stop there. The Browns and Steelers, not wanting to be left out of the penalties parade, each had to shell out a cool $250,000 for their role in the chaos. But I can't talk about horribly inappropriate moments and not mention the 2022 Buccaneers-Saints game in New Orleans. Alright, gather around for this Week 2 showdown drama. So imagine this: Mike Evans, the guy with the insane football catching skills, was strolling towards the sideline after a failed 3rd down pass in the 4th quarter. You've got Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette, the dynamic duo from the same team, exchanging some not-so-friendly words and shoves with Marshawn Lattimore and Marcus May from the Saints. Now Fournette and Lattimore are pushing and shoving, and out of nowhere, here comes Evans like a bolt of lightning. He didn't come to play games. He comes in with a massive shove that knocks Lattimore off his feet and onto the turf. And guess what? All this shove fest ignited a full-blown brawl. The NFL, not one to stand by quietly, jumped into action. John Runyon, the vice president of football operations, dropped a letter bomb on Evans. Runyon mentioned that this aggressive move had the potential to seriously hurt someone and definitely didn't live up to the standards of sportsmanship we expected from professionals. Both Evans and Lattimore got the boot from the game after this wild showdown, and let's not mince words here, it was super inappropriate. But if you thought that was bad, let's hop into the time machine and zoom over to 2021.
It worked. It really worked. They said I was mad, but it worked.
Where things got a little heated during Trey Turner's big home debut in Pittsburgh. Trey Turner, the offensive guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers, was all set to make a splash in his new hometown. He had been signed up just back in June and was raring to go, but alas, fate had other plans. In the 4th quarter of the game, as the clock ticked away, a confrontation between Turner and the Las Vegas Raiders broke out, and here's where it gets wild. Turner found himself in hot water and got himself a one-way ticket to the locker room. Why? Apparently he got into it with the Raiders and, wait for it, appeared to spit in the general direction of an opposing player. A video caught Turner tilting his head back and seemingly letting out a little saliva surprise in the direction of Markel Lee, a linebacker for the Raiders. After the game, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said that Turner wasn't just out there haphazardly spitting on people. No, he claimed that Turner was retaliating because he had been spat on himself. A good old case of you started it. Yet even with the reasoning, let's be clear, it's not the kind of behavior we expect from professionals on the field. But not all inappropriate moments are by the players. Sometimes it's the officials. Remember that time when DJ Moore, the former Carolina Panthers wide receiver, pulled off an epic Hail Mary catch in the nick of time? Well, it turned out to be a mixed bag of misfortune. DJ's adrenaline got the best of him, and he impulsively yanked off his helmet in excitement. But wait, it wasn't just a harmless act. The refs blew the whistle and slapped him with a 15-yard penalty. Can you believe it?
No! God, please, no! No!
This penalty caused a domino effect, a missed extra point attempt, and to top it off, an eventual loss in overtime. To make matters worse, the refs made a blunder. They should have never flagged DJ Moore in the first place. You see, he was outside the end zone when he shed his helmet. Oops. But this incident shines a light on a bigger issue. It's a part of a disheartening trend where black players in the NFL often find themselves disproportionately penalized for what the league deems as excessive celebrations, and it was clearly super inappropriate of the ref to do that. Crazy, right? Well, not as insane as this next inappropriate groin kick. In 2022, Mac Jones stormed back as the New England Patriots starting quarterback in a Monday night showdown against the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football. Fresh from battling a high ankle sprain, Jones was eager to prove his readiness. Right out of the gate, Jones displayed his vigor, running the ball 3 times early on and gaining an impressive 24 yards. Surprisingly, he even became the Patriots' leading rusher that night. Yet a quirky moment stole the spotlight. During a sliding maneuver to avoid a tackle, Jones brought a baseball twist to the football field. He slid in with such intensity that he resembled a baseball player trying to break up a double play at second base. Here's the kicker. His slide had unintended consequences. Rookie safety Jaquan Brisker of the Bears got an unexpected introduction to Jones' foot. Let's just say an area colloquially referred to as the beans was involved. But that wasn't the only groin kick. In a twist of events during the Lions' Thanksgiving Day game against the Houston Texans, Ndamukong Suh found himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The game saw a rather controversial moment involving Suh that had fans and pundits buzzing. It all went down in the first quarter. Suh, amidst a tangle while rushing the quarterback, took an unexpected action. He extended his leg, aiming it directly at Texans quarterback Matt Schaub, and made a contact with the particularly sensitive area of Schaub's body. Let's just say it wasn't a friendly tap. The aftermath of this eyebrow-raising move didn't go unnoticed. The NFL stepped in and dropped the hammer on Suh's action. They slapped him with a hefty $30,000 fine as a consequence for his unconventional kicking maneuver. And then there was the time Bobby Wagner flattened a fan running on the field, and many people thought it was super wrong of the player to do something so dangerous. In a standout move, Rams linebacker Bobby Wagner delivered a thunderous hit to a field intruder during a game against the San Francisco 49ers. The intruder, armed with pink smoke, got more than they bargained for as Wagner swiftly flattened him. Wagner's lightning-fast response helped security regain control and added an unexpected twist to the game. When asked about the incident, Wagner downplayed his heroics, mentioning that he saw someone unauthorized on the field and lent a hand to security. In a matter of moments, Wagner turned a field invasion into a highlight reel hit, proving that on the field, surprises can come from anywhere. And finally, there was this insanely inappropriate move that got a player ejected. Did you catch that showdown between Derwin James and the Indianapolis Colts? Man, things got intense. Derwin James got ejected for a brutal hit on Ashton Dulin, who was left defenseless. It was a helmet-to-helmet collision that was so impactful you could practically feel it through the TV screen. Thankfully, Dulin managed to get back on his feet and walk off the field, but after that frightening hit from James, he had to enter concussion protocol. And things aren't just this crazy during the matches. These players have an intense time in the offseason too. Check out a day in the life of Patrick Mahomes during the offseason right here.